Right now, I want you to loosen up, get ready to unleash some laughter out there, because right now we have a comedian. That's right, a comedian here in the village. Who would have thought, right? In the village? Well, here she is. Please welcome the one and only Nancy Lewis.
I didn't hear you. I see some old familiar faces out there, with the emphasis on old. I'm right along with you, folks. The other day, Myrna Tybee came up to me and she said, "Nancy, have you had a facelift?" I said, "No, I'm going braless. It pulls the wrinkles down." You all know, there's no way that I could ever go braless. Every time I take a step, I'd slap myself in the face. Now, I'd slow it down a lot, but there's a lot of people around here that aren't. Take Larry and Joe Kuhn. They travel all the time. They go to Mesquite, Laughlin, and they hit the casinos and the golf courses. Have lots of fun. That's the way to retire. They were in Laughlin recently, and Larry turned the golf cart over. Hit his head. Oh, he saw stars. Ooh, he was shaking them off. He opened his eyes, and there was this voluptuous blonde standing over him. And he looks at her, and she says, "Mister, are you all right?" He says, "I don't know. I don't know. My house is right here. Why don't you let me help you?" "Oh, I don't think my wife would like that." "Oh, your wife wants you to be okay, doesn't she? Come on." So she takes him in and sets him down on the couch. "I just fixed a pitcher of margaritas. Would you like one?" He says, "Oh, I don't think my wife would like that. But maybe a glass of water." So she brings a margarita and a glass of water, and she sits down right next to him, very close. And he picks up the water, and he's drinking the water, and he's, ooh. That bikini was something, I'll tell you. Anyway, she says to him, she says, "You need to lay down. My bedroom's right over here." And he says, "Oh, I don't think my wife would like that." She says, "You keep talking about your wife. Where is your wife?" "I think she's under the golf cart." There's a few other people that are still traveling. Randy Laswell goes over to Arizona now, and Andy was on the 10 the other day. This gal next to him, in the car next to him, she was putting on her lipstick. And he just shook his head and said, She veered into his lane, he swerved, and his cough went all over his razor, his newspaper, and it made his smartphone stupid. And he says, "Women drivers." Roy Grant, he's still working. He works over here west on the 10 in one of those towns. I can't remember which one, but anyway, they went into this cafe for lunch. And he says to the waitress, he says, "I'll have a BNT NT." "BLT NT? What's the NT?" He says, "Not toasted." She says, "I don't think that is going to work." He says, "Well, that's the way I want it." So she says, "Then that's the way you'll get it." So she brings his sandwich, sets it down, and goes on, and comes back a minute later, and she says, how's your sandwich? He says, S.O.B. She said, S.O.B.? Yeah, soggy on the bottom. And she says, well, S-H-I-T. And he says, S-H-I-T? She says, yeah, should have had it toasted. Okay. There's a lot of other people that are still pretty active. V. McCoy, she still gardens. And the other day she was down on her haunches and this rattlesnake bit her. Now, for those of you who are haughty and elite, he bit her on the derriere. For those of you who are shy and reserved, he bit her on the bottom. And for the rest of us, he took a chunk out of her ass. Doctor stitched her up and he says, well, I had to take 5 stitches. And she says, oh dear, I hope the scar won't show. She's laughing. Thank God. She didn't know this was coming. Speaking of doctors, Clint Matthews went to the doctor the other day. He said he had fluid on his knee. Doctor says, you need to aim a little better. Okay. You know, we're at the age where we have the takeaways. Take away the hair, take away the teeth, take away the eyesight, take away the hearing, take away the mobility, take away the memory. The memory. I was afraid that I wouldn't remember this routine. And so I went and got a piece of paper and I started writing it and I thought, it isn't going to fit on there. So I thought, gee, what can I do? Because I don't want to forget the routine. Oh, I know. Oh, some of us have a hearing problem. John and Diane Franklin have hearing problems. Her worse than him. And their granddaughter was getting married in Indiana. And so they decided to take a road trip. So they get into Colorado and the state trooper pulls them over. And he says to John, he says, do you know why I pulled you over? Diane says, what'd he say? What'd he say? I wanted to know why, if I knew why he pulled him over. Oh! He says, one of your brake lights is out. What'd he say? What'd he say? He says, one of your brake lights is out. Okay. He says, where are you folks going? What'd he say? What'd he say? Indiana. Uh-oh. Well, where are you from? What'd he say? What'd he say? Wanted to know where we were from. Oh. This is California. God says, California. God. The worst sex I ever had was in California. What'd he say? What'd he say? He thinks he knows you. some of us here come from recent immigrants, and some of us from ancestors that have been here a long time. For me, I have ancestors on both sides that are before the Revolutionary War. So I was talking to this friend of mine, and she says, you ought to join the DAR. I said, I'm not political. She says, what? I said, DAR? Democrats Against Republicans? She said, no, Nancy. Daughters of the American Revolution. I said, hey, I'm old, but I'm not that old. Now, Terry Capella, she's one of the recent immigrants, and she loves this country. She wrote home and told all her family about it. So this nephew immigrated over, and she met him, and she said, Giuseppe, I'm a fixer you. I'm a fixer you apartment. I'm a fixer you job. Now, in Italia, you be bad boy. In America, you be good boy now. Oh, I be good boy. Oh, I mean, you be good boy. Oh, I be good boy. 2 weeks later, she ran into him. He had 2 black eyes. She says, Giuseppe, you be bad boy. No, I don't be bad boy. You be bad boy. You got 2 black eye. I be good boy. Where you get the 2 black eye? In the church. In the church? No. Yeah, in the church. She says, how? He says, well, you know, in the church, you sit down. And you kneel down. And you stand down. And the lady in the front, her dress, she's in the back. So, I will put him out. She hit me. She said, okay, that's a 1 black eye. When you get a 2, well, I think she don't want him out, so I'm gonna push him back. Last one. You all live in this community, and you know what a wonderful community it is. And everything we have here, from this big room to the rec room to the card library to the billiards, the jacuzzi and pool are really good sized. Horseshoes, shuffleboard, 2 tennis courts. Put a hoop on one of the tennis courts a couple of years ago. And this year we striped one of the tennis courts for pickleball. That's tennis for old people. Anyway, and we have this beautiful golf course. And on that golf course we have 2 lovely lakes. And we stock fish in those lakes. Well, 5 or 6 years ago, Ed Fleming came to the board and he says, I'd like to start a fishing club. So he did. And they got quite a few members. Ed and Fleming and Don Crossley and Jody Knapp have become good friends and fishing buddies, and they rented this cabin in this lake up in the Sierras. And they get to the cabin, and it's a 1-bedroom cabin with 2 twin beds and a couch in the living room. So they say, all right, well, Jody, being the nice, kind, thoughtful, sweet guy that he is, said, I'll take the couch. Oh, okay. So the next morning, Don corners Jody and he says, Jody, he says, did Ed's snoring keep you awake last night? No, I didn't hear anything. The door was closed. I didn't hear anything. Jeez, he says, I didn't sleep a wink. I never heard of anybody snoring so bad. Jody, being the nice, kind, thoughtful, sweet guy that he is, says, well, let's trade. You take the couch tonight and I'll take the twin bed. So they did. Next morning, Don corners Jody and he says, Jody, did you get any sleep last night? Oh, yeah, I slept like a log. He says, you slept like a log? He says, didn't Ed's snoring keep you awake? No, I fixed it so he wouldn't snore. He says, you did? What did you do? I kissed him goodnight. That I still have my hearing, and I don't want you to keep me awake snoring tonight, so